We're now going to draw this object in 1 point perspective. As you can see in this example, you've been given a bit of an indication of where the object sits below the horizon line. So the horizon line is put across here, which means when we're looking from the front, the object is sitting slightly below the horizon line. We're going to start off by creating this object. So what we're going to start off by doing is ruling horizon line. I'm going to draw it up quite high on the page because we're going to be putting our object below the page. I'm now going to draw, because it's 1 point perspective, the front, this front of the object facing me. Now I want to make sure all my lines are perfectly vertical. Now I know that that goes up 15 mil. I also know in 1 point perspective that circles appear as circles when they're facing you. So I'm going to use a circle template now and put a 3 centimeter circle, because I know that that is directly in the center. Now, obviously in an exam I would measure that perfectly. Now what we're going to do, I haven't been told where the vanishing point is. In an exam you might be told. I'm actually going to just choose to put it over here, which will make my drawing more interesting. So then from all of the marks, points that I can see, I'm going to be drawing lines back into the distance. And then I'm visually going to think about the fact that this is a longish rectangle, so I need to make sure that my 1 point perspective drawing appears like a long rectangle rather than a cube. Now, as I can see here, it has these legs. Now I want to make sure in my 1 point perspective drawing that this front leg looks bigger than this smaller leg. And I'm just going to do that because we're in an exam quite quickly. So I'm going to make sure that that front leg maybe is 1.5 centimeters and the back leg maybe 750. And then I'm going to draw all my vertical lines in 1 point. Obviously it will stay perfectly vertical. And then I will, and in this case, because it's 1 point perspective, the back of that object, back of that leg will appear just like that. So there we have it, a 1 point perspective object. All that remains to do is darken up the main lines and erase out any unnecessary lines if you have time to do that. Don't worry if you don't have time in an exam situation. There we have it, a 1 point perspective drawing of this orthogonal drawing.